In continuation with rural development once again, and in that again diversification of agriculture, and in that we're going to do organic farming. So organic farming we're going to talk about. That means you're using, what is the meaning? That means you're using organic inputs such as the animal manure or the leaves or whatever waste that you have in nature. And then even for pest control, you have so many herbs that you can use. The aim of organic farming is to foster soil health rather than the plant health. And the aim is to bring about a sustainable process so that you have an eco-friendly, that means ecological friendly environment. And that was the need for organic farming. We started with the new agricultural strategy in which we talked about the fertilizers and the chemicals, etc. But now we are going back to organic. So I want you to just look at this. So in organic farming, as we see, it is a system of farming that relies upon the use of organic inputs, which include animal manure, compost, and it gives up the use of chemical inputs like talking about chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides. And then it uses crop rotation, and they talk about a system of farming that focuses on soil health rather than plant health, so that farming becomes a long period sustainable process with an eco-friendly environment. So we can based on this, we can all again talk about the main features. So long-term fertility of the soil through the use of the on-farm resources which we find there itself. Then animal dung, crop residues, biofertilizers, biosolids from agro-industries and food processing wastes. These are the major sources of nutrients for organic farming. So that is taken care of. Then what is the need for organic farming? Again, that we find that soil is getting degraded, and so many new problems have come up after the hybrid cultivation that we were undertaking. And then they also saw that there were some health hazards. New health issues were cropping up. So they felt that less of such fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, should be used. And so basically, then talking about the benefits. So what were the benefits? Like, you can just see for yourself over here, benefits. Now what could be the benefits? Like, for example, that now farming had become a little economical or cheaper because it gave a substitute to costly agricultural inputs such as high yielding variety seeds, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, with locally produced cheaper organic inputs. And then if you see that it provides healthy food, it has more nutritional value, then it gives a better environment, it is pesticide free, so it sustains the area, the place, the environment, and then of course we find that another benefit of organic farming is that because of the healthy uh, food that it provides, the demand for it grew, and with the increase in demand, it generates income both at home domestically and exports. And with that, there has been employment generation employment opportunities have risen in this area. And since it is more suited to Indian conditions, it does need more labor, so it is uh, taken up. Now, why is it so relevant in India? Because of it is the cheaper inputs, and then it can utilize surplus labor. And what could be the limitations? Basically, the most basic problem with this is that organic produce has a very small or little shelf life as compared to the other. The reason is that the crops, or the wheat and the pulses that you store, they catch worms, they get bad, whereas with the others they stay, they don't get infested with insects. And another thing is, as yet it is not so popular. And not only that, it is more expensive, so people don't really buy. Even when we go to buy, we find organic stuff, we find the other stuff is cheaper. Say you buy rice which is organic, it will cost you more. When you buy the other one, it's going to cost you less. Even vegetables, they've started putting that, so that is why it's a little, that's one thing. And another problem is that the yield from organic farming is less, again because of they being vulnerable to all kinds of attack by the insects. And then there is not enough infrastructure to support organic farming. So basically with that we come to an end with rural development, and that to agricultural diversification.